millions of unchurched people in America who um, their understanding of the gospel is warped in many ways. And as a matter of fact, some of them don't go to church because of the way the gospel may have even been presented to them. But so as Orthodox, it's like I heard someone use the business term, um, something about, well, we have our own share, like in a thing, that a company has a share of other companies, that are in the same business. Well, if the Orthodox faith is not the one holy Catholic and apostolic faith, then sure, if we're just one denomination out of many, if we are no different than Presbyterians and Lutherans and Methodists and Pentecostals and Baptists, then sure, let's just keep doing what we're doing. But if we believe that the Orthodox faith is the fullness of the Christian faith, if we believe that the Orthodox faith and the life of the Orthodox Church gives tools to men and women not just to be forgiven of their sins, but to be deified, to be sanctified, to be transformed, then if that's the case, we need to be putting our money where our mouth is. And I know that I kind of run the risk of maybe being chastised by some other people, but I'm many times embarrassed and ashamed when I see the things that the Orthodox spend their money on. Okay, and I'm not going to name any names, but some of our leaders drive the best cars, live in the nicest houses. Uh, you know, um, our churches. We build things that really don't contribute to the message of the gospel or to spiritual growth. But we spend millions and millions and millions of dollars on these things. Um, I mean, I might as well. I've gone this far out on the limb, so I might as well go a little bit further. Um, I question. I'm not going to make a total judgment, but I question the wisdom of, for instance, building the shrine in New York City. After 9/11. I was at the original St. Nicholas Church there. It was a small church, a very little church, as a matter of
Oh,
fact.
it was tiny. It was
Yeah,
gorgeous, but it was
yeah,
very tiny.
yeah. It was very tiny, very tiny. Interestingly enough, most of the land there was a parking lot. That's kind of how they supported themselves. Uh, you know, but my question is, the millions and multi-millions of dollars that have been spent on building this shrine, I question the wisdom of that. Uh, because but somebody said, well, it also adds to it. It can also be a tool for witnessing. Well, yes, but the question is that what it's really there for? Is it there to be a draw to share the message of Jesus Christ and salvation, or is it there to simply commemorate a terrible, an absolutely terrible event that took place in our country? Yes, all of that too. But I wonder if the money would not have been better spent on investing in establishing missions. You could have had a 9/11 memorial fund for missions and
Mhm.
start 100 different missions throughout the United States as a tribute to the hundreds and thousands of people who lost their lives, and also the destruction of St. Nicholas Parish there, the building.
Mhm.
Of course, there would be those who would see it differently than me, and that's fine. That's fine. But I guess the thing is that I had an old preacher friend say to me, and before I became Orthodox, I will tell you what is most important to a person if I have access to two things: their calendar and their checkbook. If I can see their calendar, I'll tell you what's most important to them because of how much time they give to whatever it is. And secondly, what is most important to them by what they spend their money on. And if we as Orthodox were to be judged by those two things, I think we would fail. We would flunk the test. So that's just my personal opinion. My experience is 30 years as a priest. I've been a priest in the Antiochian Archdiocese, the OCA, the Albanian diocese, and now serving in a Greek church. In all those cases, that is unfortunately what my experience has been.